I'm now moving on to the next speaker, Turkmenistan, that will be followed by Azerbaijan. Turkmenistan, you have the floor.
Спасибо большое. Я зачитаю наш доклад.
Thank you very much. I will read our report and the right of reply with respect to the Republican Party. Now, one of the most important conditions of security is ensuring the rights enshrined in the international covenants, and the government of Turkmenistan cooperates with international organizations in so doing. Yesterday I referred to the new version of our constitution, which was adopted and which had been discussed internationally. Now, I referred to the need to consider the possibility of making sure that there are no divisions between states with different levels of democracy in discussing these issues. I think that is already a controversial theme. Now, with respect to the statement made by Mr. Khanamov that Turkmenistan is a closed country and violates rights, currently Turkmenistan is a participant of more than 130 international conventions and treaties in order to ensure the implementation of rights and freedoms. We created an intergovernmental commission on the implementation of Turkmenistan's human rights commitments, and we have provided 22 national reports to treaty bodies, including our periodic reports, and we will provide 2 more reports this year. This is not to mention the regular dialogue that we have with our international partners. So the statement that Turkmenistan is a closed country does not correspond at all to reality. The activities of this commission are coordinated by the Turkmen Institution of Democracy and the President of Turkmenistan. There is a working group as well. In order to improve constructive dialogue on human rights, on a regular basis, Turkmenistan cooperates with the UN High Commissioner on Human Rights, the European Union, and the UN Development Program. A resource center has been created for human rights. Such centers have been opened in all regions of Turkmenistan, and they work on disseminating human rights culture in the country. With respect to the statements about dissidents, I'd like to say that Turkmenistan is a signatory to the international covenants, and there's constant correspondence about this. We have seen the presentation of 4 communications about Turkmen citizens. All of this information has been provided to the treaty bodies, and here I was referring to the situation of dissidents. Now, with respect to the alleged disappearance of certain people, I'd like to say that in that list of this campaign of more than 100 individuals that were indicated in the list as being disappeared, more than half of them were the subject of information provided by the Turkmen government, and in May there was a communication about this with the European Union. So any statement, or rather with respect to the statement about burial conditions, these are untrue allegations, and I'd like to emphasize the openness of my country. And I would recommend to representatives of civil society that they follow the situation more closely in Turkmenistan. Thank you.